There are three key areas to focus on when you're trying to sort of rein in any department, okay, and sort of get organized and systemized, because this is really the key, okay? It is, you're here. Welcome to this week's episode of Marketing for Startups. Thanks for joining me, founders. I'm talking about how to manage your marketing team, your marketing strategy. I love getting questions from my community. And in the past workshop that I hosted, I just was chatting with a founder who was really feeling overwhelmed about all of the things to execute in marketing. And she just was like, well, how do you manage it all? And I know that it is such a challenge. So, in today's episode, I'm giving you a bunch of resources that are going to help you clarify what needs to get done. All right. Know what exactly you should be executing that's going to move the needle, and how to actually effectively and efficiently manage anyone that's helping you in your business. Okay. So, let's get to it. There are three key areas to focus on when you're trying to sort of rein in any department, okay, and sort of get organized and systemized, because this is really the key, okay? It is getting people to help you and managing them efficiently. When you get to these sort of next stages in your business, it becomes more and more important to be a leader instead of doing everything yourself. And even if you're with a very small team at the moment, there are a number of things that you can do to sort of distribute the tasks. And also, there are tons of software that can also help you. So, I want you to be thinking, even if you don't have a big team, in what ways you can best utilize any freelancers or virtual assistants that you do have in your business, anything that you can offload into technology. Okay. But if you are that founder that do have a team around you, but you're feeling like really disorganized, this episode is also going to help you as well. So let's go. There are three key areas to focus on when you're trying to sort of get organized and rein in your any department in your business. And one, you need to build a competent team around you. Okay. Number two is having a handle. You need to have a handle on the most significant performance metrics for that particular department and that particular individual, right? The team that you have. And number three is you need to be holding a weekly marketing meeting that's going to help you identify progress of those team members and help keep them accountable for those metrics that you've identified as being the metrics that they're working towards. And we're going to dig deeper into all of these things. But effectively, it's those, we need to start sort of with that mindset. You got to build a team. You got to understand the metrics, right? Because the data is going to tell you what's working and what's not working. And you need to hold a marketing team. So let's dig a little bit deeper into each one of these pieces. And I have a resource for every one of these topics, I believe. Yes, I do. So we're going to go ahead and start chatting about building a team. So let's get done with the hard truth. You can't manage all the marketing yourself. You can't manage everything in your business yourself, but marketing especially is one area where founders in particular get stuck sort of wearing all the hats, doing all the things. And the problem is that, yeah, a lot of times many things in marketing are just like a Google search away. There's YouTube videos on everything, managing the CRM, social media management, making the creative, editing videos, doing SEO. Like, you could strong arm your way to DIYing everything, but that is not going to be an effective way to grow your business. Okay. Because marketing is incredibly time consuming. All of those things are really time consuming. And so you need to get help with marketing if you're going to do all of those things well. And then for you as the founder to be able to allocate your time to actually those highest impact tasks, because we all just have those 24 hours in the day. You want to make sure that you're using it really efficiently, because those small things that you can do for your business that probably come quite easily to you are things that can move your business in leaps and bounds. And it's certainly not going to be, you know, copywriting Instagram posts, most likely, right? Unless that's your true passion and that is the thing you do best. But for a lot of founders, there's a lot of better ways to spend your time. And so building a competent team is key, right, to really growing your business. And it is so important for actually getting those important things done in the best way possible. That's not going to take your time away from the tasks that you need. So that you need to get done. So the tasks and projects that you should be working on are the ones that are going to really yield the highest return for your skill sets, right? And what you shouldn't be doing is sort of spinning your wheels, being super frustrated, Googling your way around the internet to try to execute everything yourself. So how do we start to build a team? So there's a really important formula here. And that is A, you need to have your marketing strategy built out. You need to understand what is your marketing system that you're putting into play. And this alone is so important for really streamlining all of the things that are being executed in your business and especially in your marketing. Okay. You need to build your marketing strategy properly. Okay. And if you do not have a marketing strategy properly built, I have tons of resources on this. I'll link in the show notes. But the marketing system that I teach is called the Scalable Marketing Machine. And it is your 6-step process that converts prospects into buyers and raving fans. And so it's essentially a framework, 6 steps. And what you're going to want to do is make sure that you have this strategy in place. Because if you do not, or if you have pieces of it in place, well, that's a really good place to start to see where you may need help executing in your marketing. Okay. So I have a very cool resource for you here at this sort of stage of our conversation. And it is a free marketing audit template, which basically it also has a free quick video. So if you go to uglyventures.com/audit, so that's ugly with an I, ugliventures.com/audit. You can go and grab that free audit template. And it also comes with a very quick video that explains what those 6 steps are. And there's some examples there in the template. So you can begin to see what those steps you need to have built out are, and you can go ahead and do a self-assessment and see, do I have that? Do I not? Because the first place you should look to getting that help is saying, okay, well, I'm missing some pieces in my basic marketing structure. And so those are the first places you should start working, right? But in doing the audit, you're also going to see those repetitive tasks like the blog, uploading the blog or sending out the weekly emails and all that stuff. And so the audit will also help you identify what you need extra set of hands to help you execute. There's a part of that audit that lets you reflect on, what is working and what it's not working. And it would be great if you could look sort of in this lens, what pieces of that marketing strategy maybe are you executing yourself and it's taking too much time? And not really the best use of your time, or is your team really struggling to get some content out or some pieces of the marketing out? So let's see where those gaps need to be filled, because once you have that understanding, you can start filling those gaps in with a team, with competent team members. Okay. So that's how we have to start thinking about building our team, right? Understand what we're executing and how that fits into the marketing strategy, making sure everything's done for a very clear purpose of getting more leads and converting them into sales, right? That's the benefit of having a strategy in place instead of throwing spaghetti at the wall. So understanding what we need to execute and then who we need to fill in the gaps and start to build that team. And again, building a competent team does not have to mean hiring the most expensive team, right? Really, what's really going to make a huge impact is just really understanding what it is that you need. So a lot of us hire people that may feel to be incompetent from our perspective. And what's really happening there is that there's just really not a clear set of expectations, or even a real clear understanding on the founder side of like what they should be working on, right? And so when we do this audit and we really understand what exactly they should be working on, and we're very clear on that and what the outcome should be, the job of the person that you're hiring, your team member, becomes so much clearer, that they can actually perform that much better. So number one, we want to build our team. And then with that, we want to have with that team member, this is step two, right? In managing this marketing department, is having a clear set of key performance indicators or KPIs attached to that person. Anyone that's doing anything in your business should have a clear set of key performance indicators, which will allow both you and them to know if they're on track or not for what they should be doing. So all team members must be held accountable for the results, some results as it relates to whatever they're doing in your business. And if you hire someone to execute a project, for example, then they should be held accountable for completing certain milestones and things like that. So you could be hiring two types of people, either sort of a project-based person, which is doing a specific project and you're going to be tracking those milestones, or you have more of a retainer type person that's going to be accountable for specific goals or specific performance on what they're executing. So a very easy example, the social media manager could be held responsible for, tracking the post reach for the post that they're creating, or the engagement or the click-throughs to a website. But you want to give these people, these team members, like some direction, right? And I think the social media manager is a really good example, because in social, there's a lot of different things you can track, right? And so if your most important thing is building community on social, that's going to look a little bit different than your most important thing is getting people to sign up for your monthly events, webinars that you hold or something like that, right? They're going to inform what the actual strategy is for that team member. And so you want to be very clear on what it is you're going to be tracking when it comes to the performance of their work. And so I have another very cool resource for you that's going to help you start thinking about, well, what you should be tracking for these individuals. And it is the marketing scorecard. It's my perfect marketing scorecard. And for that one, you can go ahead and go to uglyventures.com/scorecard. And you can download it's a free Google template that has all of the stages of the scalable marketing system. So if you also download the audit, you'll see everything in that sheet. And then the scorecard really breaks down those 6 stages, and then what are all the metrics you can be tracking at each stage. So it's a really cool resource if you're kind of saying like, I don't know what I should be tracking. That gives you a lot of great ideas. And again, you don't have to track all of the metrics that are on that scorecard. I purposely put a bunch in there to get your head sort of spinning. But what you want to be doing is picking for each team member really 2 or 3 key kind of metrics for whatever they're working on, whatever they do for you, that you both can be watching together and making sure that the needle is being moved and that the targets are being hit, that outcome that they're responsible is actually being achieved. So the third and final way that you're really going to organize how to manage your marketing strategy and your marketing department, the marketing efforts for your business, is holding a weekly marketing meeting. Okay. So implementing a system for review and analysis of your marketing tasks and metrics is so important. And the big secret to managing the whole kit and caboodle of marketing is holding a regular, consistent marketing meeting. So what do you do in a marketing meeting? Well, I have a last and final resource for you that you're going to love. It is my marketing meeting agenda template. It is a super simple structure. I use this exact template with dozens and dozens of my fractional CMO, my consulting clients. I lead dozens of teams. And in that, it's this formula that really helps me in the 45 minutes of the meeting to understand where are all the team members, what's their status as it relates to the goals that they're trying to accomplish for the quarter, and what do those metrics look like. We look at the scorecard together. So if you want to grab that free template, you're going to go to uglyventures.com/agenda, and you can download that as well. And again, all of these links are in the show notes. What's really cool about the agenda is it's super simple, and you only really need to be holding one marketing meeting a week if you do it well. What I see a lot of people doing is holding multiple meetings a week, and they sort of run into infinity, and then your team becomes, they're not working independently. They need to be handheld. You get really frustrated because you feel like you need to be the final say. Your hands need to touch everything in order for anything to get done. It's really just a bad situation. If you implement a regular, consistent marketing meeting that's doing these elements, which is outlined in the agenda, but if you want to create one for yourself, it's super simple. The agenda is simply going through any wins from the previous week, and that could be personal wins, like things in people's personal lives, or projects or tasks that they got through, or any good news, business wise that's come through. It's always great to start meetings on a high note. The second thing that we do is we take a look at the scorecard together, right? So we're looking at those numbers, and I gave you my my perfect scorecard template there. You can go ahead and download that, and you can manipulate it to sort of fit your business, and edit it however you want, make a copy for yourself. But you're looking at that together with the team. So you can say, okay, this is what we've expected to do in terms of website traffic, or in terms of click-throughs from our social media posts, or in terms of X, Y, and Z, whatever is most important for your business to be tracking. Are we on target? Are we off target? And we leave a couple minutes to discuss why or why not. And then after that, we're looking at our goals. So we're revisiting the goals that we have for the quarter. And we're saying, are we on target for that? Or are we going to miss that, right? And in the template, I use, I highlight yellow, red, or green, just to say, we're on target, or it's in a red, we're probably not going to get it done, or it's a green, it's already done. So that's a couple minutes to just understand where people are in terms of the goals that have to get done for the department. And then at the end, you're just leaving time for discussions. Like, do people have roadblocks? Do they need approval on something or feedback? And you make sure that the team comes prepared. So if they need something from you, that it's getting done in this marketing meeting. What you want to happen is for your team members to feel like a level of autonomy, so they can be working on the things that they need to get done, that they're held accountable for the results, but they're using their own judgment, their own creativity, that there's trust there on exactly the methodology, exactly how they're going to do it. The how is your team members' job to figure out, right? Exactly how they're going to do their job, right? And that's why hiring a competent team is really important. You want someone that's going to be, a go-getter, someone that has good ideas, someone that has creativity, someone that's familiar with working in this kind of startup environment, right? And really going to be a partner and a teammate in your business. Okay. And so here's the structure, right? We find the right people. We make sure that there's clarity around what they should be working on and the outcomes that they're responsible for. And then we hold a weekly meeting to make sure that everyone's on task. That is how you manage your marketing efforts. Okay. And so the question I'll leave you with, or the question I want you to ask yourself is, if this structure doesn't seem possible to you, why is that? And I would guess the reason is a couple things. A, that you're just doing everything yourself and you're not willing to get the help where it's needed. And that, I'm going to tell you, is really going to stop you in general. It's going to really hold you back. So either you're just kind of don't want to build a team, right? Or the second thing is that you have a team, but they're all kind of like subcontractors and freelancers, and you feel bad sort of holding them responsible for outcomes or getting them all together on a weekly marketing meeting. Let me tell you this, if you have to treat freelancers or contractors or whatever as if they were employees, in the sense of hold them responsible for outcomes, and get them into a weekly marketing meeting, have them be contributing to goals in your business. Like, just as you would as a regular employee. And I can tell you from experience of being an individual contributor myself, is that that level of clarity and management, it is a relief to those people that are working with you because they feel more invested in the team. They feel more job security because they're kind of more entrenched in what you're doing. And they know how to do well for you. So a lot of these freelancers and subcontractors, like it's frustrating for them. They want to do a good job. They want to get good referrals. They want to get good testimonials. They are incentivized to do well for you because it could mean more opportunity or it can mean steady paycheck for them, right? And so the more you bring them into the fold and treat them like a real part of the team, not only is your business going to do better, but they're also going to be happier. So don't let that stop you as well. So the real magic happens is when you start getting into the swing of this. You have competent people that you trust being held responsible for the work that they're doing, and that you're holding regular, consistent marketing meetings to just go over all of those, the tasks, the goals, and helping them through any roadblocks and things like that. And so your job as the CEO of the company, as the leader of the company, is to make sure that this machine is going, that these wheels are turning, right? Not to be doing everything yourself, but to be being the leader of the team and making sure that those folks that are helping you in your business have all the tools and the support they need to actually do well in the job that they're doing for you. And all of that is really going to get you results in your marketing. And it's also going to relieve a lot of stress from you because when things are organized, when things have clear expectations, there's no room for misinterpretation, and you eliminate those uncomfortable conversations. You eliminate the need to sort of keep turning over folks, like finding more people to help you or not. You're actually building a good, solid, and loyal foundation to grow your business when you have this system in place. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, just send me an email. You can always send me an email at victoria@uglyventures.com. Let me know if you didn't understand any piece or you want me to clarify something for you. I would love to hear from you. I love getting your questions and turning them into episodes. And finally, if you know any founder that would really benefit from understanding a little bit of this operational structure, please forward this episode to them. It would mean so much to me if you can help spread the word about this podcast, because my goal is to help as many founders as I can sort of untangle marketing and really drive sales and revenue in their business. So until next time, please remember, you don't have to go fast. Don't stretch yourself going fast. You just have to keep going, and you're doing an awesome job. I'll see you back here next week.